Hi everyone, my name's Anne-Marie. Welcome to Card Making Project 576. Happy Valentine's Day everybody, and I thought it was only fitting to do a Valentine's Day special, and it's especially dedicated to my long-suffering, no not really long-suffering, my wedded husband. Now he's not been very well, and I thought it would be really nice to make him a gorgeous Valentine's card. And I'm hoping by the time this video comes out he's feeling a lot better and a lot more like himself, because he's been quite proper poorly. And that's not looking for the sympathy vote, but I just wanted to say, in case my messages have been delayed, that's why. So this Valentine's card, we're going to make a gorgeous shaker card. Not only that, it's an easel card, and I just think it's stunning. I really do. You know me, I like easel cards anyway at the best of times, and this is using lots of our Griffin supplies to make something a little bit different. Now I know it's maybe too late for you to make a Valentine card for your sweetheart, but you could always adapt this idea and turn it into something for a different occasion. I'm sure it would work equally as well for a wedding or an anniversary. So please check my blog for all the details of the items that I use, and there's lots of photos on there as well. Don't forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel to be notified when new videos are available, and you can find me on Facebook, on Instagram and on Twitter. So without further ado, please sit back, relax, and let's have a look at today's gorgeous Valentine card. For today's tutorial and our gorgeous easel card for Valentine's Day, we're going to be using some of my favourite stamps. We're going to use the Love You stamp from the Griffin chalkboard stamps. I love this set of stamps. I try not to use it too often. I know it's an older item, but they really are some of my favourite stamps, and they stamp so beautifully. So it's the Love You stamp from that. If you haven't got this set, there are so many sets that Anna's had with words that would work for our Valentine's Day special. We're also going to be using, you remember these? These are the shaker card dies. We're going to use the heart. We're going to use the heart edge outline, and we're going to use the next size down as well. And you can see mine are on my magnetic storage system, and I've used a white pen just to remind me which of the dies are which. So number 1 is the heart outline, number 2 is the heart window, and number 3 is the embellishment. So that's how I store mine, and I know I get a lot of questions about storage, and it's simply chipboard and magnetic sheeting that I cut down into A5 size, and that's how I make it. And just cut a 2.5 inch square and fold it in half and add the details. And before I go on, we're also going to use a smaller heart die as well. So we're using all 3 of the heart dies from the shaker card dies. Now believe it or not, we're actually going to use the Treasury Feline stamps and die set. We're going to use the flag inner and outer die, and then we're also going to use the stripe stamp. So these are just for extra embellishment. If you don't have these, I'm sure you will have things in your stash that you would be able to add. So that's what we're going to be using. Now we're going to start off and we're going to make our easel card. I've taken 2 of the 6x6 Pretty Pattern card blanks from Griffin. One of them I've cut away the back of it, so I've just got the actual card front. The second one, I've used a bone folder to make sure my crease is nice and sharp at the top, and then I've creased in the middle like that and folded it towards me and added tape at the bottom. So in actual fact, I've folded the outside of the card over the front of it. So instead of us using it that way for a card, I've brought the back of it over the front. Then I've actually still signed my name and the project number. You don't have to add your project number. I do that to keep me in check. So it's just something that to do. But I've added my name still because as the card goes back, you're going to see that. So it's just a little detail and it might help. So what I've done is I've added flat tape on the bottom flap that we've brought over. Where we've scored it, it's just tape at the bottom. So I can take the top of the tape away, and now this is a top tip. If you ever have trouble with tape, I have what's called a pokey tool, and I just get a hold of the edge of the tape, the pokey tool goes under, and the actual stickiness stays on the card base. So I hope that might help. I'm going to take the square that I've cut away from the actual card blank, shall we say, and just taking the front of the card, and I'm going to attach this to the sticky part on my card. This is going to make the easel action, and I can press that down, and that, if I turn that to the side, you can now see that's the easel action. And you can, as I open it up, you can see where I've put my name. So we've actually created the first step of our easel card. Now we want to decorate the front of it. So the front is going to be a shaker. And I know you all love easel cards and you all love shakers, so it's nice to be able to combine the two. So what I've done is I've taken some of the sequins in the pack from the Griffin shaker card kit, and I've just added 3D foam around the edge. And I'm going to pop that in the centre of my card, like that. That's all I'm doing, just pressing it down on 3D foam. I've then taken one of the card fronts that's in the shaker card kit, and I've selected the heart, and I've kept the heart because we're going to use that for the stopper. Now these are all sticky. When we made the shaker card kit, not last year, the year before, we made them as they were, but I just think this is going to work perfectly for an easel card. So what happens is you simply peel the back of the shaped card away, and it has a very, very sticky back. And I'm going to simply position this over the top of my sequins that I've just added as a layer, like that. So that will sit over the top of my sequins, and already you can see how they shake. So next we can decorate this, and I'm going to start off with a gorgeous rose. Now these are flowers I've taken from just some of the kits that I've, you know, when you have things left over, and I seem to have quite a few things left over. So it could be the case of using what you have. And I'm just simply going to add the flowers at the edge, and then I've got some hearts that I've die cut from the smallest heart on the shaker die set, like that. And I'm using the Griffin Valentine's cardstock. You could use any. Now the other side I'm going to do the same. I've got a gorgeous gold foil heart, and again one of the Valentine's hearts, Valentine cardstock. I've got another flower that I'm going to use, and Then I've got my little stamp sentiment that I'm going to add, like that. And then I've got a little red bow that I can attach wherever I want. I'm going to add it to that little heart, I think that works. Then we want to make a stopper for our card. So we can turn the front over, and I'm going to start with a large die cut heart. And I've cut it from the Valentine's paper, and I'm going to position it towards the front of the card. I'm not going to press it down because I've got some flags and tails for it. Now this is where we've used the feline collection from the treasury set, and I've die cut a large flag in the Valentine paper and a small one where I've rubber stamped it, and all I'm doing is I've got 3D foam and flat tape, and I've got one over the top of the other. I've curled the ends of the little flags, and I want to position them just at the side of the heart. So I haven't pressed the heart down because I want to get these just in the right place. So there we go. Now I can either have them straight or just on an angle, and I think just on an angle would look really nice. So I can press those down, because don't forget this is acting as our stopper. So the heart that I've saved from the front, I'm going to add as the next layer, and then my final layer is a smaller heart. There we go. And that will act as my stopper. I'm not adding another sentiment, and that's how the stopper will hold the front. And now I'm going to just tip it slightly so you can see it all. And that is our gorgeous Valentine's Day special. Now you don't have to make it into a Valentine's Day card. It just so happens with today being a Valentine's Day card, Valentine's Day, I needed one for my husband, and I'm hoping he's going to appreciate this because I think it's just stunning. I think it's got everything you need to give to a gentleman, because it's got the easel effect, and they're going to be thinking, oh, how did you make that? It's got the shaker effect for the double wow, and it's just so gorgeous. And I'm saying, you know, giving it to a gentleman, ladies would appreciate this as well. You could change it to any specific occasion that you wanted. As I say, it just so happens it's Valentine's Day, and I'm feeling the love, and I think it's just so gorgeous. And you know me, I love easel cards. I'm going to take lots of photos of this and put them on my blog, because I know it's so difficult for you to be able to see with the camera angle, and I want you to be able to see all of it. And I just hope it's given you ideas and inspiration for how you can use some of your own stash, and thinking, yeah, I could turn the 6x6 card blanks into something. I could create something different, but I could use those. And I just love easel cards, you know I do. So please check the blog for lots of photos, and I just hope you've enjoyed this, and I would like to say thank you so much for watching. Happy Valentine's Day, and I shall see you next time.